Yeah, welcome back to But Is It Worth Playing, a show that was supposed to be bi-weekly, but I was asleep for the past 3 months. So, think this is your holiday gift. I know, shit, right? So anyway, let's begin talking about the game that brought the show back. Quaint little title known as Ziggurat. Ziggurat is a roguelite created by Milkstone Studios. The studio world famous for such great creations like Avatar Bump and Avatar Farm. And Avatar Panic. Look, you gotta start somewhere, people. The story of Ziggurat is that there is basically an all-powerful guild of mages called the Dandelion Brothers, who once, every 10 winters, sent apprentices into a fortress called the Ziggurat. Those who survive the test may join the guild and become true wizards. You play as the apprentices as they travel floor after floor, deeper and deeper into the Ziggurat. Now, Ziggurat at its most basic level is a platforming wizard simulator in first person. Oh, and it's also a shooter. Now in Ziggurat, the maps are randomly generated, so what you will find inside each run is going to be completely different and up to you and your luck. At the start of your run, you're given your wand. The wands vary depending on the apprentice you are playing as, but they all have infinite mana pools. You will also get a starting weapon, which will use one of the 3 types of mana. These weapons are much stronger than the wands, but have a limited power source as they require mana crystals to fuel them. These mana crystals have a chance to drop from mobs you will kill along the game, as well as health potions. The main goal of all 5 floors per run is to find the portal key, which is a purple gem strapped to a piece of wood. Use the gem to summon the boss of the current floor. Once the boss is defeated, you may move on to the next floor or even take a break. Problem is, these bosses can be difficult to beat right away, so you need to grind mobs in the other rooms to level up first. Leveling up upgrades the amount of maximum health you have, and gives you a choice of a random perk. These perks can determine how successful your runs through the Ziggurat are, because 2 useless perks ain't gonna help you when you're fighting the boss with no mana. The perks that you select give you a variety of different abilities and bonuses. More random perks can be made available by completing objectives within Ziggurat runs. Moving on from perks, some of the rooms you may encounter during your Ziggurat runs are the danger rooms. These rooms make you leap through an obstacle course full of lava, wood, and spikes to get some shit reward at the end that you probably didn't even need. As you might be able to tell, I'm not particularly fond of the danger rooms, as some of them require absolutely stupid platforming for a game that is really has no need for platforming at all. There is no need for it in this game at all. It is the worst. I don't like it. You don't weigh anything. You are a cloud. Basically, the game is kill mobs, level up, find the portal key, kill the boss, and get through the Ziggurat. All while jumping through as many fucking danger rooms as you goddamn please. Oh, and there's also the gods. The gods are rooms that will spawn and sometimes let you offer some of your health, some of your mana, or nothing at all for the chance of a buff. However, this can also lead to debuffs, so don't trust the gods too much. Now, the bosses in the game are quite unique as well. Some of them are just larger versions of their smaller mob counterparts with an ability tacked on, but some of them are completely separate altogether. By far the easiest one to defeat is on the screen now, Poloko. The basic strategy for him is just to kite him around and ignore everything he summons. Sometimes, however, you get the hard bosses when you are at a disadvantage. After completing a whole floor, I was left at very little health when I went into the boss room, and I found Igneous there. In my humble opinion, Igneous is the second hardest boss in the game, the hardest of course being the final boss, and that was just a terrible situation I could be in. Perfect example of what can happen in rogue games. Sometimes things just don't go your way. Now, you're on the 5th floor, you've gotten to the boss room, you've completed many challenges, you're leveled up, you've done danger rooms, you've got perks, you're set. And that is where you'll meet the final boss, the Examiner. The Examiner's role is to assess if you are worthy or not of joining the Dandelion Brothers. However, rather than take a quadratics test, you fight the Examiner. Now on easy mode, this guy is an absolute pushover. It takes a minute, you take no damage, it's fine. But on normal, needless to say, it ain't a cakewalk from what you can see on the screen. However, once you defeat him, you read a scroll to the Order, and you get teleported to who the hell knows. Obviously setting up for a Ziggurat 2. The last thing in the main game to mention would be amulets. Amulets are items which have a singular ability which boosts one of your stats or is offensive in its own right. Amulets can only be found in danger rooms or through the summon amulet perk, so I won't go into too much detail about them. And yeah, that's Ziggurat. It's one of the fun games I've been playing recently. I'd recommend this game for anyone who likes roguelites, rogue games in general, or just interested in the concept. The game is basically based on replayability, so you'll get at minimum 6 hours out of it for its modest price of $15, which I believe is worth it. I give the game personally a 4 out of 5, because it looks beautiful, plays beautiful, it's a fun time. Finally done.
戦う心焦げつほどに